No love for the Bears, baby. No love for them.
They're trying to digest this.
Oh, this is the ES. I was like, dude. Okay. I was tripping. This is the ES. I was like, where's my stuff at? Yo, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, rest in peace to the Bears. But I know this is gonna sound crazy, guys. I know this is gonna sound crazy. I know y'all gonna say, "Oh, that's just Sherm being Sherm," but you know I'm about to fade this. You know I'm gonna fade it. I'm definitely gonna fade this move. Yo, this is absolutely crazy. So yeah, you can hear our boy Smith. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, me and Smith was talking about how this game is rigged, and this is why we don't listen to the news, because they made some revisions to this data release. And of course, when you make revisions and you manipulate the numbers, or what's the word, the terminology you like to use? Fudge the numbers. Of course, you're going to get the results you want.
Yeah.
Oh, massage the numbers. There you go. Massage the numbers. Of course, you're going to get the results you want.
Yeah.
He said, what you mean they fade me? Hey, like I said, man, you can try to fade me. You can try. But don't inverse a Sherm is a saying for a reason. You won't be successful in that long term. You want an adrenaline rush? Fade my entries. Fade it. You want to feel some adrenaline? A lot of people has found out. A lot of people was mad and left. It's like, damn it, we just can't fade Sherm and win. We can't fade him and win. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. We'll see at least what they do at this high. And right on the NQ, I knew that price was going to get to 400 yesterday. I knew price was going to get to 400. When I came back to the charts and saw this, I was like, dude, I knew this shit was going to happen. That's why I was trying to touch 400 during Powell, but he didn't do it. So
Damn.
I'll go ahead.
SPY.
Yeah, I know.
26.
Yeah, that shit touched all-time highs on SPY. SPY actually made new all-time highs on the CPI pump.
Wow.
Yeah. So what does that mean? Does Nvidia come and dump the market? Because apparently CPI saved the market, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And again, I mean, this is no surprise to nobody. We are starting except for the ES and the micro NQ, but the NQ and the micro ES are all starting off at low volume. And so just keep that in mind. We are trading at low volume. Them boys went to Powell. They said, yo, Powell, they said that pump, they said that shit was weak. They say you weak out here. He said, oh, yeah? All right, let me come back out with that second pump. They ain't going to see that shit coming. You know, that first pump was crucial. Then Powell said, I'm going to hit him with another one. And boy, did he hit him with another one.
Another one.
He said, hit him again with another pump, baby. So I'm going to take this. Actually, what I really want, hold on, what is this? The 303? I want this. I want this. I'm gonna wait for this. I'm gonna wait for 304.50. I'm waiting for 304.50. Or if they can't, if I see a rejection right here at this high, if I see a rejection, I'll go for an earlier entry. I'm gonna go for an earlier entry, but yeah, we got that news pump, but I highly doubt that they're going to take this shit up. Yeah, right there, 308. That's actually where I should probably put it at for real. But I'm gonna keep it. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably put it up at 30. 305.50. But yeah, so I'm gonna put it right here, and I'll actually put it in my journal. So this is the reason why I'm gonna take a chance on this short. Price is about to trade into this previous high, and as you can see, the last time it was at this level, we got this nasty drop, and price began to trend down from this level. So I'm going to assume that there's going to be bears here. That's what I'm making my bet on. And I may just give this maybe seven points instead of the 10. I'll lose $400 if I'm wrong, but the risk reward, in my opinion, is definitely to the short side. Definitely. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm actually just put that in my journal. Smith, man, we're glad to have you back, man. How's everything been going on that side?
No, same old same, struggling. Out here in these streets, struggling to get a decent enough connection to stream and trade, but do what we can with what we got. So
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was feeling like at least on NQ, I feel crazy, strange feelings on red day. This is if we have this would be what 10 days in a row green. Let's see, 1, 2.
Actually,
3.
Let's see. I might actually get into this early because it's looking like it's about to roll over.
4 days, 4 or 5. I mean, I could be wrong. Oh yeah, I skipped that one. We did have one red day, but it's barely red. Dang, we're ES. Dang, ES still like, man.
I mean, shit. You trade ES, don't expect too much from them. Not immediately.
Yeah, patience with her. Serious patience with ES.
I think we'll see. And actually, no, I should have. $75 loss. Let me see if I can get out of this. I thought this was about to roll over, but the bulls are obviously coming back in. Like I said, I should have just waited for the better entry. And if I really wanted to get in short, I should have waited for this retest of this right here. So that was a mistake that I made. That was definitely a mistake.
NQ said, come back. They've been on NQ, they've been holding that 490 level. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, I should have just waited for this. Come back, put this at. Let me see if the trading gods will be merciful and allow me to get out of this without. Let's see if they'll be merciful. Trading gods, please.
Market maker, leave me alone. Leave my position alone.
I'm gonna get punished for this. Ah, 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 ah. What about that?
SPY is crazy. That's just crazy. Usually when SPY gaps up like that, though, it usually fills the gap within the same day. So I could at least see SPY in the 523 at a minimum. Maybe it finds.
My bad. Go ahead. Well, there goes the show. Trade your plan. Trade your plan. And I had an opportunity to get out at 150. Damn it.
Order filled.
All right. All right. All right. We'll accept that. We'll accept that. So Muhammad said the last time we spoke to Muhammad, he said that he was busy. He was working, vacation or something, whatever he said. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like your new layout.
I do. Yeah. I worked all weekend on this damn thing. Right, so. All right. So I already made a mistake today. I already made a mistake. Shit. I got in early. All right. So we got out of that, but I'm still waiting for that. I'm still gonna wait for that 300 fill. Still gonna wait on that 305 fill. All right, so I got in early. All right, so it says price traded in a range until we got the CPI. Says was any news release? Yes. We had CPI coming in cooler than expected. After revisions, we got to keep that in mind. The only reason why we got that because it was revised. Which side of the market are you going to take? So I'm going to fade. Says I'm going to be looking for. Oh my God, dude. Ugh. All right, so why are you taking this trade? So price is about so this price level. Man, 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 come on,
You
ES.
missed it.
I think I did. I see the candle, man. I see it. I see the candle. Come on, Bulls. Come on, Bulls. Especially ah, 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 damn. Damn. Man, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh, that hurts. Yo, I can see why. I can see it. Oh, FOMO is real. That hurts. FOMO hurts. And I was in this. I mean, ES, you didn't have to do this. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. So, oh, damn it. Bitch. Yeah, don't ever let nobody tell you that she ain't toxic, man. She ain't have to do this. She didn't have to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Oh
I had to
man,
took my L in my ES trade. I was like, you know what, forget it.
you took it.
I took
Uh,
the L.
uh,
I should have got that better.
yeah, damn.
Oh, 303. Dang, I see. That's dirty. 303.25 in this. You wanted 305.
Hmm. I mean, I mean, we may get this. We may still get this. It's just the fact that I did get in early right here, and then she did this random pump up, and I could have got some points.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. Whatever. I'm not. Whatever, man. But I'm gonna still keep my my limit right here. I guess I could try to get my money back. Let's see if your boy can get his money back.
Order filled.
Or am I gonna lose my money? Nah, come on. Actually, nah, I shouldn't have done that. I don't know what the hell's going on this morning. I'm taking unplanned trades.
Order filled.
Okay. So I think I'm down $500 this morning so far. Yeah, about 500. That's like, what the hell is going on? Okay. So that's the second mistake I made. I took another like, why am I doing that? All right. Okay. Yeah, I think price is gonna. Well, let's see. They're gonna try to go for VWAP.
NQ
Where was
or
she?
ES?
On the oh, yes. This one I have my. I'm not gonna lie. This is the one thing I do kind of, or maybe I don't have square, or maybe I don't have ranges drawn out on this account. Yeah, I probably don't have it on the micros. I have to take the time to do that actually. I got the ranges probably drawn out on the regular NQ. All right, so let's kind of recap what's happened. Right now I'm on the NQ right now. I mean, we got this big consolidation area. I see a little range right here. And this is where we got the breakout at that 420 level. Shout out to smokers, I guess. Because that's what it looks like. We got that breakout at 420. We got this pump up. They came back. They're having a hard time taking out this high. So really, I mean, if you look at this, we got that bump. And then they came back. Looks like they retested it and they got that dump. The bulls came in, they retested, and then they're dumping. So it looks like price is trying to maybe get to this area right here. Let's see what the NQ does. I wouldn't try to long this on the NQ right now. Let's see how the bulls react here at VWAP and this 200 EMA. Let's see how they react.
And I'm waiting. NQ 8 through VWAP. Do they have resting orders sitting there?
You said what?
Do they have resting orders sitting at VWAP?
Actually, I haven't even looked. That's actually a I guess.
Man, my stuff.
You said what?
Uh,
All right. So at least on Bookmap, it looks like it. Damn, look at NQ. Oh, this is the ES. Man, you bitch. ES, you're a bitch. Like, there's no reason. Like, you're. What the fuck?
ES still didn't hit below my. Well, it like barely tapped my break even. That's why I had to get out of that trade.
God damn.
That's wild. Come
Ah.
on, NQ 450.
Mm.
You boy 450. You boy 450.
Ugh.
Come on, baby.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Come on,
Okay. Oh, yeah. I forgot.
come on, sweetheart. Be nice. Talk to me nicely. Come on.
Man, I might go and get an Apex account just to revenge this.
Hey, nobody would blame you. There we go, baby. There we go. Nice. Nice, NQ. Love
Hey.
to see it, baby.
No.
Alright,
Yes. Why'd you do that? Oh, actually, I forgot. Actually, I did forget this. I did take this. Actually, I did. Let me take some profits real quick, guys. Let me take some profits. You know, you're a bitch. Like, come on, dude. Come on. Yo. 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 You're a bitch. Oh my god. Yo, what's up, ES? Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Alright, head back down. Head back down. You gave me my 450 target. Hey, I was short from I was short from 508, and then I got in at 516, or no, not 516. I got in. My average was 516. I shorted at 525 again, hitting my average. Hey, I just caught that 450.
Ew.
Gosh, I wanted to see, baby. I wanted to see.
Bitch, made me have to do that.
I wish I could have streamed that. But it is what it is. Calling ES a B.
Yeah, because she didn't. Made me doubt myself. Took an unnecessary loss. I was like, man, maybe I should have just stayed in. Maybe I should have. And then that shit works out, man. Damn it. Don't ever let nobody tell you that she ain't toxic. She's just as toxic as NQ.
Yeah, she gives more.
Yeah, what the hell?
Hold
Hold on, did I close that window? I know I didn't close that window.
Yeah, this 450 area could be tricky though for NQ. She doesn't want to continue.
I think I'm gonna close that damn window. Actually, let me do this just in case.
We know Price likes to erase the news reaction.
Yeah.
Fill the whole news reaction. But let's see.
Damn it. I'm not gonna lie, man. That hurt, man. That hurt my feelings. That hurt my feelings, man. Look at my limit up here, just sitting there. And then once I saw, yeah, just sitting there. And then I was like, you know what? This is actually like it's about to roll over. I get in. She does this unnecessary pump right back up. Just all right, man. All right. Let me whisper.
NQ traders, there is, if we get down there's potential demand at like 418. If we get down there, 415, 418, we'll call it 420.
Huh?
If it gets down there.
What is this? What are you looking at?
That card is already automatically on my thing.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Like,
I got it down to 600. And let's see the 350 right now.
Oh, we got 9 o'clock. Oh, that's gonna be probably potential scariness right there. Because they could take that 9 o'clock algo and pump it up.
I don't know what it is. Y'all girls just like to mess with us when we work. Y'all just it couldn't wait. It just can't wait ever. It's like, oh, yeah, it's so important. We need you now. It's like, leave me alone. I'm working. God damn it.
It's funny. All right. What we doing?
Jinx. All right. Okay, so but it says that Apex changed their rule or become more strict about it. Actually, I don't. So I haven't traded with Apex. I think either Alfred or Mad Moxie are better at answering questions about that. However, they are doing a 90% sale right now. They are doing a 90% sale. I thought about getting one. So shit, if I get a 350K account, you already know who's about to come out. Yellow Demon Sherm. It's like, hey, we gotta put this professional shit on hold real quick. We in the casino, baby. We at the casino, baby. All right. So
Okay. That helps you overview up.
yeah, I kind of figured as much. I mean, where they bounced at here on the micro NQ, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. But we'll see. Because I mean, we got at least on the NQ, we got 21 and the 200. So basically, the 21 and the 200 teamed up, and right now that's holding up price. But VWAP in the 50 right now is trying to push down price. So let's see who's going to win this battle. Who's going to win? The 21 and the 200 or the 50 and the VWAP?
Man, dump this thing. Dump it back down to 412, 410. I'd love to see that. But I'm prepared either
I just
way.
paid for it and it didn't give me my tickets. It took my money and everything.
This looks like it's curve. It is 9 a.m. alcohol.
It's so important. Okay. So we're getting a pump back up in the NQ, and we're kind of getting this weak ass pump. I mean, shit. If you're gonna be an ES trader, we have to accept shit like this. We have to accept these weak ass pumps. We have to accept this. Oh, there we go, ES. There we go. I was talking shit about you, baby. She was like, I know he ain't talking about me like that. But okay, so I do want to see what they do when they get to this 300 level, this 297 300 level, because I don't, at least based on the structure. Well, technically, well, and this is what makes it challenging. Technically, this is a two-legged pullback into a support area. So technically, that is a two-legged pullback into support. So basically, we could take these highs out. We could take it out. But you can see that price traded right back into this range. And so we're going to need a range breakout here on the NQ. We're going to need this range breakout.
And not like us. And not like us.
Dude, I'm so tired of that now. It's like every time I turn on social media, there's always talk. Like, dude, I don't care anymore. Ain't nobody dropping nothing. But honestly,
these other
go ahead.
YouTubers aren't like us.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that, man. I was like, yo, there is nobody on YouTube that's doing this, man. Consistently. Nobody on YouTube.
They not like us. They not like us.
I was sitting on my porch. I was like, yeah, we should be definitely. Okay, so, all right. I mean, a few things can happen here. Price can drop here, and we can get a price drop on the NQ. We can possibly see that 400 level again on the NQ. Price could drop here. If this was,
I agree.
Go ahead.
No, it's looking like it's trying to set up for that. Maybe trap some bulls up at the top, but I don't know. Maybe that's just my bias. I don't know.
It's
my bias talking.
Especially on news days, it's kind of challenging. The technicals, they work and then they don't work and then they work again.
Yeah.
But on the NQ, price could possibly try to retest that 525 level, 520 level, 520 to 525 level, probably somewhere in here. But we all know that the NQ will take out highs like it's nothing. But I do think that this might be a protected high right now.
Yeah, I do agree with that as well. I got me a limit sitting up there.
What, at 525?
I put it at 530, but
yeah, that's probably good. Yeah, just to make sure, because you know she takes out highs like it's nothing.
Yeah.
The ES, on the other hand, you can trust that she don't be touching them highs. You see, like she touched that shit to the T, and dumb.
He's struggling with ES. Not
So Putin bear coin. Yeah, we try to make it as fun as possible, Jonathan. We definitely do, man. Definitely do. Shit, like I said, I can confidently say that. Yo, honestly, every time I think about that 500-point play on the NQ, the only reason why I was fueled because everybody was doubting it. Everybody was doubting the Sherm. I was like, no, I gotta hit him with this. I gotta hit him with this. Everybody was doubting me, no, Sherm, this is going to 620. It's going to 620, Sherm. Get out, do it. And then when that shit was dropping, I was like, nah. I need to come back with this. I'm holding this shit for the rest of the day. It was just basically stubbornness, honestly. Because I was only looking for 280. But I said, fuck it, nah. We trying to catch this whole move.
Yeah.
But I will say after that trade, it kind of did. I kind of do feel that I kind of moved on from that what I want to call it. I kind of moved on from trying to catch big moves. Now I was like, okay, so I've gotten the biggest move that I'll probably get with the NQ intraday. I mean, if the NQ is moving more than 500 points in one day, shit, something has happened.
Something's wrong.
Something's off.
Crash car.
Crash car. We got him at 12 again today, I think. Yeah, we got crash car today. So yeah, I kind of moved away from the big moves now. I think I'm now okay with the base hits. And I say I think because I mean that's not necessarily true.
You should be lying to yourself.
Yeah, I feel that way, but shit, I'm not gonna close no position just because I'm up 10 points when I can get an extra 20. Yeah, so yeah, at least on the MES, I'm seeing. Yeah, I mean, we could see some resistance here at 300. We could see some resistance at 300. Yeah, we can possibly see it at 300, or yeah, 300. Oh shit, I didn't real. Oh, okay, that was okay. I was about to say I didn't realize that. Sometimes anyway, I thought this touched 304 and dumped, but it only touched 303. I was about to say, what the hell? How did I miss that? So obviously you're gonna have. Actually, let me move this up real quick. So they got orders here at this 305 level, 350. So they got the orders here. That high is at 308. We're going to play this by ear. I want to see a pump up. And if we touch 350 and I see them come in, I'll just take the drawdown because I doubt that if we get in at 305, I doubt that they take it all the way up to 315. I doubt that. And if we do, I mean, like I said, it's only a $500 loss. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. So, I mean, the odds are in our favor in this trade. The odds are in our favor. I mean, at least on the ES, price has to get all the way up here for us to get stopped out. If we get in at 305. If it gets up there is what I should say. And then you can see that, yeah, they're coming in at 308 right at this high. So, And then you got people putting their limits here at 320 as well. Because that's that shoulder right here. Damn, SPY is about to ES is about to touch all-time highs. All right, so they did come in at, no, this is the NQ. So they did come in at 300, like I thought. He's only pushed down 3 points so far. Yeah. All right. So kind of going back to says that Apex changed its rules or become more strict about it. Alfred says that he doesn't mess with them anymore.
Yeah, I've heard they got more strict, especially when it comes to like the payouts and stuff, looking at your patterns of trading, all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because you know they be punching the air. It's like, so I've watched, so I'm pretty sure that everybody's familiar with Nutty Bar Trading. He's one of the more popular futures trader on YouTube. I actually caught one of his videos not too long ago, and he made a statement that I'm not going to not believe it. He said that in 1 month, Apex has had more payouts than Top Step has had in a lifetime. Lifetime of payouts. Apex did that in 1 month. 1 month. And I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah, that's wild.
That is wild. Apex is, I mean, I mean, yeah, Apex is the casino. I mean, honestly, my mindset straight up changes when I get in Apex. It's shit, we gambling, baby. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right. All right. And honestly, this is the most challenging part about me switching up my style. Because honestly, I just would have took this. I really just would have took it at 300, and I would have been up 5 points. However, I'm gonna have to get used to this type of stuff because I mean, I think this could be a good scalp right here, and I do think that they'll probably come back in, if not at the 21, the 50, or VWAP, but still. One of the biggest challenges that I'm recognizing that I have to overcome is FOMO. FOMO is definitely something that I have to get comfortable with, because I realized that I mean we've seen it all on stream. I FOMO'd into this trade because I saw the signal candle and I FOMO'd into it, and I got stopped out for an unnecessary loss, and then I was trying to make that loss back. It's like, well, shit, if it's going to keep going up, at least I can get my money back, and I lost more money because of it. Good thing I managed my risk and just got out, because if I held on to it, Look how much it dropped. Hmm. But yeah, you just have to get comfortable with FOMO. Just gotta get comfortable with it. And that's the challenge that we're gonna be up with. So trade to I mean at this point, but yeah. Hmm. Trade line. I think it's in the playbook or in the notebook or something. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So kind of going back in the journal, I think I've already documented what I did wrong. How are you feeling in the trade? I mean, I haven't taken the trade yet. But I will say that right now, FOMO, right now I'm feeling the FOMO. I'm feeling it, man. Even though the structure does look like price can potentially go higher, well, we didn't miss it, but there were a lot of short opportunities that I could have taken and could have been done for today. And I think that's like this move down right here. This was what a 303 to 288. So this was about like a 25-point move right here. Make sure I did the math right on that one. Or 15, yeah. So this is a 15-point play right here. I could have been done for today. But I got in too early. I got stopped out. And then it crashed out. Crashed. Huh. No, I'm gonna keep that because I see that. And that shit shot through all that. That shot through all of that. Man, some of this is just perfect. Kinda hate to mess with it. All right, so we got that two-legged pullback and we got that drop. So 305.25. So we got that bounce. Oh, so you must be you in this short right now, Smith? Or did you move your limit up? Okay, he's probably on mute.
Kept it at 5:30.
Yeah, so you're in this right now.
I'm a little nervous though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The structure is sound. That was a great entry. The only thing that's going to make this trade wrong is if how bad the Bulls want it. Because right now, oh, where do you plan
Yeah,
on?
I think they wanted more.
And we know what the NQ, man. We know that she's crazy, but she ain't that crazy. If I mean, you have a great entry, and because your entry is really good, if we do get a breakout above this high, you'll have an opportunity to get out at break even. If that's what happens. If that's what happens, I would highly recommend getting out at your break even, because that retest of your break even is going to possibly be the bulls using resistance as support to push this up a little bit higher. But you'll have an opportunity to get out at break even if it does break up. But yeah, I might. He says NQ1's 8600. 600, huh? Let's see. Well, if we're not saying that the NQ can't do it, because I mean she can, but the NQ is definitely gonna have to get over 570 first. She's definitely gonna have to get over 570 to go to 600, obviously. And we do, yeah, that 70 level might be tough to get over on NQ. Actually, let me go on to NQ real quick. Yeah, that 70 level, 570. Yeah. But if we can get over that level, yeah, we actually will push past 600. We'll push past 600. We'll get to 620 if the bulls can get over that 570 level on NQ. We'll go to 620. Oh shit! Hey, you know what I just realized? After just talking about it, you know this is a repeat from the past, right? Because Alfred said this is going to 600, and I was like, it has to get to 570 or get above 570. You know who we got speaking today? We got Crash Kari, baby. We got Crash Kari.
That'd be funny. He tanks the market again.
That would absolutely be hilarious. In the same area too, because we didn't. We made it to what, 60? We made it to like 560. Yeah, we got to 560, and everybody was like, "Yeah, we're going to 600. We're going to 620." And then it drops at that at 560, 70 or whatever. And we got Cash Kari yet again. Yeah. This is it right here. This is it right here. Price got to 669, so exactly that 570 level, or 567. 567 right here. And then we got that drop. That Cash Kari drop. That Cash Kari drop. My boy Crash Kari, baby. That's my boy. This is that candle, guys. This is that. I need to take a screenshot of this. This day right here. Your boy got literally 500 points on this play. To the T. Got in at 555. Got out at 1855. And the low was 1853. Our boy Crash Kari. So shit, is this gonna be a replay of this day right here, is it going to be a replay?
That would be so funny.
It would. It would, man. That would be funny. That would be funny. And this shit happened at the end of the day too. This is when I was like, yo, if you had puts that was worthless and you held them, it'd just be one of those days where your puts went from being worthless to up however much with all this volatility going down. Especially if you had up at the money puts that were expiring worthless. Or not at the money puts, but close to the money. Yeah, NQ's trading right back into it. I guess I can't be too mad, I guess. I guess I can't be too mad. Yeah, the Bulls are definitely gonna have to trade over that crash Curry high. Definitely. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Trey Bum. I mean, yeah, it's nice. I mean, the one thing that we have to acknowledge about Apex, even though it's a casino, we all know that once we get into an Apex account, our mind just says, yeah, let's go all in, baby. Let's go all in. We get it. However, there are people that do take it seriously, and there are people that's gotten payouts. And for Apex to consistently pay out millions of dollars in payout, we have to give it to them. We have to. We have to acknowledge that they've done it because they could have gone the way of other prop firms and not paid out, go bankrupt, and like these forex companies where they go bankrupt, or these guys are getting too good, the payouts are getting more consistent. They said, fuck it, we're not paying it out. We're going to find any excuse not to pay it. And we're going to go bankrupt. We're going to close operations down and we're going to cheat our traders. But Apex has not done that. So we have to give it to them. But at the end of the day, it is a business. I mean, if you can afford to pay out $1 million every damn month, doesn't mean you want to. Shit. I don't want to give nobody $1 million. I mean, if you earned it, yeah, okay, whatever. And that's probably why they keep doing, like Smith said, they're still doing that 80%, 90% discounts every damn day now to keep the money coming in. Hey, Smith, if you're still in this trade, keep it tight, bro. Put your stop above that high. It's looking like the bulls are coming back in. It looks like we're about to start trending up. So
Yeah, I'm seeing that too.
yeah, it looks like we're about to start the trend.
Right on cue.
That's why you need a trading partner, man, to snap you out of that hopium. I know Smith is over there in hopium mode. I knew it. I knew it. That's why you need a trade partner to say, hey, this is about to start trending.
Yeah, I was seeing the same exact thing you were saying, and I was just like, come on, NQ, keep dropping. But I'm sitting here looking at it, I was seeing it, I was like, damn. But you're right, I'm in that hopium mode. Oh, shoot.
Because we can see that the bears are trying. Like they're trying. You see that you can see that they're coming in. They're trying to sell it. The bears are trying to sell this down. The thing is that they're failing to sell it. Yeah, let's try harder. But they are failing. And every time they do finally break through a level, you got buyers buying this damn thing up, buying it up.
Yeah, this is a wrap.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, just keep your stops tight, man. Just keep it tight. Hold on. Anyway. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, Smith. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I'm cooked.
Yeah, on the NQ, I mean, like I said, we'll see what happens at right back at this 50 level, which I wouldn't be surprised. About the BRICS currency. So we talk about this a lot. He says officially retiring from being a bear. Yeah, so I'm gonna answer Jonathan's questions first. So Jonathan, please read those books that I recommended. It'll better explain it. It'll have more explanation because I'm still learning this myself. However, I do understand why the United States is being so aggressive with China, because China has, I mean, so China used to be that little brother. China used to be that little brother. It relies heavily on exports or imports. That's why China has that population control rule, because they don't have enough for everybody. China went from, and this is not any racial slurs or anything, but because China at the time, as it was coming up, while they were eating dogs and cats and anything, and they were just reusing, like they would reuse toilet paper, because it was just so poor and resources were so light. They went from being completely impoverished to being a rival to the United States. That is like the biggest come up in history for China. China is now, like I said, China took the United States model of going into underdeveloped countries and giving them loans, putting them in debt so they can build up their economy in exchange for resources. On paper, they're saying, hey, I'm giving you $10 trillion as an example. We expect $10 trillion back with interest. We know that these impoverished countries ain't going to be able to pay that back. We know this. They know this. That's the game. That's the whole point. Because the whole purpose of it is so they can go in and they can take the resources for cheap. That's why this game is played. Now, China is going a step further and have taken these underdeveloped countries, even though they're still usurping their resources from their land, they're saying, hey, instead of making you our bitch, you can be our partner. And that's what this whole BRICS thing is. It's a passive aggressive move to de-dollarize the world. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people on YouTube are saying, yeah, we need this to happen. Well, if you're an American, do you understand that even though it's evil as fuck, the reason why our economy the way it is because of how evil, the evil deeds that they've done in the past? You know, if the world de-dollarizes, do you know how super, like, you think inflation is bad now? Try like with Zimbabwe, where your money is actually less than toilet paper. You can wipe your ass with it because it's not worth anything. If the world de-dollarizes, we'll go from the richest nation to the poorest nation just like that. Just like that. Because our system is being ran off of the world using our currency as a dominant currency. And that's why the United States is being so aggressive with China, because they're pushing towards that. Now, they're getting new members into BRICS. And I know a lot of people say that, oh, BRICS ain't gonna do nothing, but let's not forget who's at the head. I just explained China came from nothing to be able to being rival to the United States. So you sit there and say that somebody or a country that came from nothing can't turn something in, like a BRICS currency into the world currency? You think that they're not going to be able to do it? Yeah, be foolish if you want. Be foolish if you want to believe that shit. But that's what's, for my current understanding, and it will continue to grow because, like I said, I'm dedicated to this shit now. That's what's kind of happening. So the world wants BRICS to succeed. If you're a United States citizen, unfortunately, you don't want BRICS to succeed because our economy will go down. It will become a third world country, just like that overnight. And I think that's probably why these billionaires are building bunkers, yo. I really think that's what's happening. Obviously, this is an assumption, but they're not spending money like that to build bunkers for no damn reason. All right, so this is that level. This is that level. And if you're following the Saudi drama, even the Saudi Arabians are now trying to trade in the yuan. And I'm starting to learn that that's actually not the actual Chinese currency. That's actually a measurement of the currency. It's called something else, but for right now, because I can pronounce yuan, that's what the hell I'm gonna say. Yeah, they're coming in right here. Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it.
Order filled.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And I'm willing to scale into this at this high because this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. I might have to take more drawdown than I want to with this because this is going to be tough. But yeah, that whole thing in the Middle East, when Saudi was coming up, or Saudi Arabia was coming up, what the United States did was, if you agreed to sell your oil in our currency, will provide military protection and all that other stuff. And that was the agreement. Now it looks like everybody's trying to move away from the United States and going to China. It's like China is now that new baby daddy now, that rich baby daddy that everybody wants to, or sugar daddy, whatever term you want to use. It seems like these nations now want to do business with China. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm willing to kind of risk more on this because this is going to be tough. Because I'm literally trying to pick the top on this. And man, to be able to have come into that, that would have been nice. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. I probably put it exactly at that high. Because I should have got in at this '06 level like I should have. But if I can get in at 8, then that's fine too. And I'll stop out of this at so I'll put this down a little bit, like right here. And I'll put this at, for right now, I'm gonna leave it at 13. For right now, I'm gonna leave it at 13 because this is gonna be tough. Yeah, the resistance there, but at the same time, we just had some good CPI news. But I still don't believe that the bulls is going to trade past this high without a deep pullback. Without a deep pullback, because yeah, we had a pullback, but it wasn't deep. It was not a deep pullback at all. All right, so am I in this trade? It says, why are you taking this trade? Where do you plan on stopping out if you're wrong? So I plan on stopping out at 513, risking a little bit. This is planned. So originally I planned on getting at 538. 5. Actually, it was 50. I think it was 50. I think I had my thing at 6. I had it at 5306. But I entered at 53. I'm willing to scale in at 308 at 5308, which Hmm. Okay. So they say a superpower only lasts about 100. Yeah. I mean, I'm starting to see this like in smaller areas of life. And I'm gonna just use this trading as an example. When I get on, like we've shared this, when I get on a win streak, I naturally just don't want to win anymore, which is crazy to say. I know it sounds crazy. I get more riskier. I become more riskier when I move away from a winning strategy because I guess in my mind it's no longer challenging, it's no longer exciting. You have a couple of green days in a row. I become more riskier in my trades. If I'm not adding on size, I'm moving away from limiting into it versus, or like I move away from limiting into a position to stop limiting in and yeah, just taking more riskier trades after a long win streak. So if I see that within myself, and for the most part, I'm disciplined, I practice discipline, then I can also recognize that on a larger scale, like what's stopping you from becoming ignorant if you see everybody else
Order
as,
filled. Order filled.
did I get, hold on, did I get, oh, all right, so I'm in this, yeah, and I'm going to keep it right there. I'm going to keep it right there. Keep it right there. I possibly might go to, yeah, I think that's good enough right there. That's good. We're tapping into this high. We tapped that high. All right, so let me annotate that. We tapped this high. It would have been nice if I was just in right here, short. Okay. All right. Let's wait for this trade. I was, and then this is another thing. So I am in this trade. 305. All right. So I put a lot in my journal. So originally I took this trade. I was feeling a lot of FOMO today, especially on these news days. You know, the technicals they work out, but then they don't. It's kind of hard to really gauge what one side of the market is doing. We had a good CPI report, even though it was gassed up. I mean, it's still good. The reason why I took the short was because this was a previous high. And if the Bulls want to be successful, I believe that they need a deep pullback, not a reversal, but at least a deep pullback in order to trade above that high, because I know that there's going to be bears waiting there. This is our first time testing this area. So I took the chance for a short there on the ES. Originally, I did plan on getting in around that 305, 306 level, but once I saw the strength of the Bulls, I wanted to pull back and see what they would do. Price did drop at 306, so I kind of fumbled back into this at 304. I scaled into this position at 308. And my average entry now is at 305 with 20 micro contracts, so basically 2 E-mini contracts. I'm risking $900 in this trade. If price gets up to 353.14, I mean, I'm super wrong at that point. Honestly, I'm wrong if it really trades above this high. However, I am willing to give my trade room to breathe because, I mean, this is a news pump. This is not regular price action, so I am willing to give it room to breathe. But I will allow myself to be stopped out at 314. And it's a $900 loss. But I am definitely risking, or not risking, but the reward is to the short side, in my opinion. The reward is definitely to the short side, in my opinion, because we got at least until VWAP. We got at least until VWAP. So like 95. So let me just set my target. So I sold, so I need to buy limit. And so the 10-point target will be here at 95. Maybe we can get a retest of this low, maybe, who knows? And then we're gonna leave this right here. We're gonna leave this right here. And we're just gonna let this position rock out. We're gonna let this position rock out. Hmm. All right, so we're not gonna sit here and watch her do that. We're gonna look at the NQ. So that's not a surprise. Alfred, I knew that 70 level was gonna be a challenge for her. She needs to get above this level right here. And we're talking about we're gonna need a strong close above this level. This is a strong level on the NQ. That's 70 level. So if we can get above that 70 level, we can definitely see 600 to 620. But honestly, I mean, looking at this, if she does trade above this, so I'll be watching the NQ. If we get to 580, I'll probably cut my ES short. 580, 590. If I see her start trading to 580, 590, 600 on the NQ, I'll cut my position short. We all know if the NQ does it, the ES ain't. She's not too far behind. And to go back to your question, Super Freak, yeah, being a bear is hard, man. Being a bear is definitely hard. It is definitely hard being a bear out here in these streets. All right. Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. We'll watch the NQ. All right, so we've had this coming in at expected. So they was expecting 3.8, but they massaged the numbers to get it to 3.6. We got month over month coming in under expected. And this is why we got that super pump. This came in under expectations. This came in under, so this CPI report was really good for some reason. Well, okay, let me read. I don't know why I just said that. It was revised, but it came out really good. So we were gonna get this pump. Housing, business inventories month over month came in under expectation. Crude inventories came in above, so I'm pretty sure crude just dropped. Look at crude. We might actually be taking some crude trades in this room as well. Shit, why not? Yeah, we might just start taking some crude trades. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. This drop. All right, this is the 4 hour. Never mind. And we have Crash Kari speaking at 11. We got Crash Kari speaking at 11, and we got Bowman speaking at 2 o'clock. So history loves to repeat itself, I guess. We got price sitting at the same level the last time Kashkari spoke. He's coming in the next hour. Is he going to do the same thing? Honestly, I'm hoping that he does. Not because I have a short position on, but I think that would just be so funny. I think that would be the most hilarious thing in the world for a Crash Kari to come in at the same area on the chart and drop it the same way like he did the last time. I think that would be hilarious. Hey, Smith, are you in something right now? Or are you just watching the charts?
Nah, I'm just watching.
Just watching?
Yeah.
So what are you thinking about all this, man? What you thinking?
It's pretty crazy. Like we talked about earlier, how they could just flip the script on these reports instead of shape it how they want to. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is. play on the right side of it. Because when you said that earlier, I was like, man, I should probably long this. I should inverse myself and long this. Like, that would be epic though. If that would be super funny if he comes in and says the same, has the same effect and crashes.
He comes in and say, yeah, I don't know
That
what
would
the
be
fuck they
wild.
came at with this CBI report.
But this is all wrong.
Like, who signed off on this shit?
That would be funny.
Like, y'all fools. I mean, if McDonald's had to come out and make a $5 value meal, you think this CPI is right?
Look at Spy. God, man. I'm gonna start
Dude.
trading Spy again.
I don't know, man. I lost all that damn money, man. Yeah, because they keep doing that bullshit with like you're being right overnight again, man. Being right overnight.
Yeah.
And my calls and puts be just worthless after that, man. Now, this last few weeks I was buying puts, so that was my fault. But there was which was it? And I was like, fuck, why did they do that? I caught this shit pre-market, I think. I think it was either this drop or it was this drop pre-market. And then right before I think it hit like an area of support right before the open and it pumped and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I'll just start trading like, go ahead.
Maybe you just got to catch them 0 DTEs and catch the momentum flow.
Yeah.
You have volatility and just get you a quick in and out type stuff and build the account up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to doing that. I'm not gonna put any more money into it until the first because I had about $1,500 in that shit. Now it's down to zero. Well, it's not down to zero, but I lost all that money. Gamble. And it just goes to show, like, I was doing all that great planning. I was only spending about $10 and I got more risky. Then I was like, man, if I'm getting these, you know how that shit goes, get more risky. The days get a little bit shorter. Instead of buying the 2 days out like I was doing, being successful. Caught 0 DTEs and lost all that shit.
Yeah, whatever method you got that works, say just stick to it.
It's just not fun. We know that. Yeah, this shit ain't fun. That shit is not fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's just how I know like the psychology part because it's hard to get over. It's hard, like you find a winning strategy. It's like you ever see that meme where they say that you find the golden veil, and it's like, or the scroll of truth is like after 15 years I finally found it, and then they open up the scroll and it's not what they expect, so they throw the scroll away. That is just so damn true, man. That is so true. Life is the journey. And then when you get to the destination, it's okay, well, I'm here. I mean, it's not as I dreamed of it, but I mean, I'm here, I made it. But it's never as good as the journey, man. I'm starting to realize that with trading, because honestly, I like trading. I like getting to a goal. But then if there's no goal I just start gambling after that. Just say, fuck it. So it can be exciting. Oh crap, my bad, guys. But SPY has taken out its all-time highs. SPYs is now at all-time highs right now. I didn't like my whole thesis this week was that surely they're not going to take out all-time highs. Surely. I thought that they was going to touch 25 and then we was going to get a reversal. And if we come back to this resistance turn to support, Then, like, I mean, look at this straight up move up. This is the 4 hour. This is how crazy this move has been. It's a straight move up on the 4 hour. It's a straight move up. We had a range breakout, and there was no pullback. There was no pullback, none. And we took out all-time highs. This is why this game is like. That's why I don't follow the data, because sometimes it don't even mean anything. It don't even mean anything. But Crash Card, we need you, Crash Card. Where you at? Where you at? The Bears need you. The Bears need you, Crash Card. Where you at? Where you at?
NQ.
I actually might just take this here. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Let's see. You said what?
NQ at a high of 586.
Yeah.
Nope. Still going.
Yeah. 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 I'm still keeping it at 14, man. We'll see. We'll see.
Crash Card to come in.
Yo, what's going on?
Swings.
Yeah. Dude. Ugh.
Not gonna lie.
Hmm. Please, EX, please. Please. Don't do this. Don't do it.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay. Yeah, this market is crazy. This is the 2020. Yeah. Just like Super Freak, I'm retired from being a bear, yo. Y'all bears suck. All right. No, bears suck, yo. Bears suck. So I got stopped out of this. Got stopped out of this play. Yo, ES, I know you didn't. She better not. She better not, yo. She better have not. Yo, she straight up came to my point. Yo, no way. Whatever, dude.
Hey, I gotta go, y'all. Catch y'all in the next one.
All right, man.
All right, y'all.
Oh, interesting. Huh, that is interesting. That is interesting. Hmm. Huh. Huh. I mean, she better pump up now. She better just pump up. So I'm gonna probably yeah, that's it for this account. Because I think I lost about $1,200 in this account so far today, if I'm not mistaken. I lost $1,200 in this account. Oh. Hmm. Okay, no, I lost 15. I was about to say, I was like, I know I lost more than that. Okay. Well, I basically took out this winning day. Took that out, trying to trade against the trend. Uh-huh. Wow, ES. Wow. Hmm. Hmm. Yes. How else you gonna make them believe it? Huh. So 27, huh? 27. Yeah. Yeah, that could be it. Hmm. Yeah, and now that the NQ has traded above that high, we can definitely see 620 on NQ. We can definitely see it. 620 is almost guaranteed at this point. Yeah, 620 is basically guaranteed at this point. We traded above that resistance area like it was nothing. I mean, I guess it's not no surprise. It's not a surprise. These bears are weak out here. They can't even defend previous areas of supply. They weak out here. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess if ES, if SPY gonna do it, the NQ says, well, shit. Yeah, all-time highs on NQ is at this 700 level, and we all know that she can do it. She's 100 and something points away, 107 points away from her all-time highs. Yeah, it just didn't work out that time. Just didn't work out. So yeah, we got all day. Yeah, we definitely got all day. She can definitely do it. But it will be funny if Crash Card does come in at 45 minutes and crashes market. Well, not crash it, but we get a big drop. That would be funny. That would be hilarious. Actually, I do need to write this in my journal. I will, like I said, I don't want to change how I trade. I really don't want to change it because I mean, obviously during times like this, I mean, it'll work out, and then sometimes it just doesn't work out. But what I will do, what I will watch out for is, let me see if I can put something else, put something like that in. So this is something that I have noticed, that I am starting to notice. So what did I do great? Even though I was in a losing trade, I did stop out at my planned exit. I mean, it was a losing trade, but we stopped out of it. Honestly, with that big stop the way it is, if that stop gets hit, you were wrong before that stop got really hit. That's how I've kind of designed this in a way that if you get in at a good area, you do have that room for a drawdown. And if you're going to be completely honest with yourself, and I'm going to be completely honest, the big stop is to give at least I can tell myself that I tried. I didn't move my stop. I didn't say, or maybe this could have happened, that could have happened, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. You know, like when you get in that hope mode, you're wrong at that point. That's why I have my stops the way that they are, so I can just say I'm wrong. And I don't have to think that, oh, blah, blah, blah. If I would have held it a little bit longer or moved my stop up a little bit higher or lower, then I could have been green on this trade. I mean, it was definitely, yeah. But I am starting to realize that those retests, those two-legged pullbacks, those retests of previous supply slash demand, I am starting to realize that if I don't see that first, you need to see that retest back into a demand area. And we're not always going to get, obviously, a move like this. Obviously, we're not going to get a move like this all the time. But I didn't notice this. I did disregard it, though. You got that two-legged pullback into a support area. And obviously, this is bulls buying. And then once we got this range breakout, this was bears buying. And it looks like price can continue to still go up. And look at the time in sales right now. I mean, this is how you know that people are selling this. It's just that they're not being successful. You can see that there's more selling than buying. Well, I mean, if people are trying to sell this and you're seeing these little spurts of buying, well, obviously these are their stops getting ran. They're buy stops pushing price higher. But yeah, you can see people are trying to sell this shit. So yeah. Actually, let me look at this on CL because I don't know. I haven't really tested this out on CL. I hate that my time in sales gets messed up. CL. Oof. All right, there goes Alfred. Your 600 level just got hit. Congratulations on that if you were in that. And that was your profit target. Congratulations on that. That's on that. Yeah. Yeah, y'all bears are weak out here, man. Y'all bears are definitely weak. All right, so now the next level for us NQ, it's going to be that 20 level. The next level is at 620. We might get to 618 with NQ, but I think she may get to 625, 622, 625, somewhere in that area. Right here at this high, I think, or where is it at? Yeah, 625. So it might 622, try to front run it. 625 possibly. Mm. No, that's not going to do. But yeah, on the NQ, as you can see that she had that same like two-legged pullback on hers. It was bigger. I mean, she had a big one. She had a bigger one. Then she had a smaller one. So I'm gonna really start to really look out for these pullbacks. because like I said on the ES, it's right here. It's the same. Then she had a smaller one right here on this leg. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised on that. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, so 24, 24, 27. All right, this is what I'm going to do. And this is what I'm going to do. 24, that's at 333. So we've had this big move up. We've had this massive move up. We've had this massive move up. You just get close enough. And if they line up, they line up. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do one more short trade. One more in an attempt to try to get some of my money back. One more. That 27 level though. I know what I'm gonna do. I know how I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it like that. I'm gonna play it just like that. All right. So why are you taking this trade? I mean, this is the last high. This is the last high. I mean, if they break through this, the next high is all-time highs. The next high would be all-time highs if they break this. If they break this shoulder right here at 24, if they break this shoulder right here, the next high will be all-time highs at 33.50. So what I plan on doing is I'm gonna probably set 10 at 23. And I'm gonna put 5 more at 26 because this area right here, I believe is gonna be very crucial. Because if we get it past this, I mean, they might as well take out all-time highs. And we will start trading above all-time highs. I do see like if price does drop here at 16, which honestly, yeah, if it does, it does. But I do see a opportunity to get in long. At 295, 300. But I feel like if they take it down that far, then the bears probably would have taken over at that point. Yeah, I'm gonna play it that way. I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change how I trade just because of what's going on. I'm not gonna change it. It is a profitable strategy. It's just that it just didn't work out this time. It didn't work out. So this is the last high before all-time highs. Where do you plan on getting out? I mean, honestly, I plan on getting out at where do you plan on getting stop at or where do you plan on getting in at? Okay. Yeah, I definitely see the NQ getting up to 625. Yeah, today probably would have been a great day to have an Apex account and just gamble this shit. Or let me actually just go back and actually put that in my journal. So I made some mistakes today, obviously. I got in early on a trade and then I FOMO'd into another trade. What did I do? Great. I mean, even though I took the trade, did I spell that right? Unless like I didn't spell that right. Oh no, I spelled it right. Okay, it doesn't look right. It didn't look right. Okay, so myself from stubbornly sitting in the trade. There was something else that I didn't. That I didn't. Hmm. There was something else that I wanted to write in this journal. Something else that I should have paid more attention to. Hmm. I guess it'll come to me. But I mean, one thing that I have to, I guess, accept is the market narrative. I mean, if the market is trying to sell that the economy is great, that this data is what it says it is, I mean, I guess they have to trade above old highs. I guess they have to at least have the appearance that the economy is great. But I will say this though, everybody shorts, everybody shorting CPI was easy. That was easy. That was definitely too easy. That's why I bought my puts for Friday or Thursday. I was like, that's too easy. I was like, I'm not buying my puts for tomorrow. For tomorrow, I was gonna gamble and buy my puts for Thursday because I figured that everybody's gonna be buying puts today, so we may get a push up, but then on Thursday we'll probably roll over. But now I'm starting to think not so much. You see how everybody is selling? You see all this? You see all this selling? People are trying to sell this market, and it's not working. Mm, mm. But I'm going to actually just, I mean, today has been crazy. I mean, if I miss it, I miss it, honestly. But my last trade is actually going to be here at 325. 325 is my land, is my line in the sand. So let me update that. 325. Yeah, 325. All-time highs is what? I'm not going to risk, actually, I'm not going to risk that much on this because honestly, I'll probably risk about 5 points on this play. Because if it trades above 30, then they're going to take out all-time highs. There's no point for it to not trade above 30, honestly. If I'm going to be completely honest with myself. Yes, I'll be risking about $350, $75 on this play. $375. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. Oh, it says it's not showing my screen. Alfred, you say you're still holding your position. Where do you plan on getting out at? You can see that it looks like they got some orders here at 605 in that area. But I still think we get to 620. I mean, we're here. We might as well get there. We might as well get there. Or maybe 618, somewhere close to 620. Because I guess 620 would be too easy. Yeah, 620. Yeah. Okay. All right, Jonathan. See you. You said that you entered in. Did you enter in long at 80? I mean, obviously. Hmm. Huh. MP3 price may come back and retest your break even, actually. It may come back and retest that. And at that point, you have a decision to make. You have a decision to make at that point, and this is the decision that you're going to have to make. If you're going to be long, and 80 is your break even, if you're trying to go up higher, this is your reward versus all that risk. So I'm pretty sure you got your stop loss in a decent area, but you got all this risk of downside versus all this reward of upside. So I do believe that price can get to 620, but what's not guaranteed is if it does it all in one leg. I mean, look at this dildo candle up. I'm pretty sure. Look at that green candle. Look at that. Talk about bullishness, crazy bullishness. I choose to be a bear during the most bullish parts. I don't know. I just have to do better on that, I guess. Take more risk. Mm. Yeah, we're just gonna have to accept this. We're gonna have to accept it. Yeah, I think that's good. Shit, they might as well do it. Yo, if they touch that, they might as well just take out all-time highs. Yo, they might as well do it. That's kind of why this is. They might as well do it if they do it. They might as well do it. I mean, if they come here, huh, just join the lines and, oh shit, it's too high to buy. It's too high to buy at this point. So the only thing that I can do is hopefully catch the top. It's too high to buy. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to keep going up. I'm pretty sure it will. Actually, let me look at this move down. I do want to look at that because, yeah, that shit just, I mean, it tapped it. Like, it tapped it. You know, and it would have took about a couple points in drawdown. And it was right there too. Everything lined up. I should have paid attention to this. Kind of hate, kind of hate that I missed that. Right there at that 21 EMA. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Huh. It's actually this is actually a good short on CL actually. This is actually a really good short. And this is a good short on CL. Yeah, this is a good short. All right, Crash Car is about to come up in 15 minutes. Let's see if they got everything set up. That's not it. That can't be it. They're saying, oh, this is 15 minutes. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Hey, Alfred, if you're going to get out of that 620, it looks like on my chart, I do have that 17 level sitting there as well. Yeah, I think, yeah, 17 might be that level. If they're trying to get out at 18, and obviously there's orders sitting here at 20. Yeah, just watch out for that 17 level. Because I just looked at my higher time frame chart and I got 17 on it. Hmm. Shit, honestly, I probably, the way that this is looking, we'll see. We'll see what Crash Card does. We'll see what he does. So I also plan on getting in. So let's just say price does drop on the ES. Let's just say price does drop. I will get in long. I will get in long at VWAP. I will get in long if price retests VWAP. Because I'm looking at that VWAP is right in this. Price is at this level right here. Or VWAP is in this range right here. And I'm thinking that the bulls will probably try to hold off on that 300 level. We got a range breakout coming from this level. We have VWAP sloping up, the 21 sloping up. Yeah, I think this may roll over. So I'm going to, so a lot of things are going to have to happen in the next few minutes. A lot of things are going to have to happen. I do plan on getting in at VWAP on ES. However, if we do get this breakdown, if I see a clean break of this structure, like a strong red candle, I'm going to see if I can try to at least get in on the short. But I'm going to need to see a break of structure. I'm going to need to see a retest of it. And if I see some weakness, I can take a low risk trade going down. And if it does continue to go up, it'll be low risk. So maybe a 2.1 to 2 point risk trade. If I see a break and a retest of the high, I'll probably put my stop 2 points above this high for a low risk, high reward retest back down. Because this could possibly be like a 10-point play right here. But I do plan on getting in on VWAP. But are you in short right now, Spiral? Spiral. Yeah, honestly, when the market runs up like this, it is hard not to short this shit. I mean, it is hard not to short it. However, unfortunately, we got to either get lucky or wait for the bulls to get exhausted. Because even though I know that when price begins to trend up, even though I know that when price does this, it's highly unlikely for it to reverse, especially when you have a big dildo candle up. Sometimes you'll get that retest, sometimes, and that's the hard part. Which time does it work? Which time does it not? But usually, once you get that big candle up, you're not going to get a reversal from that. Hold on. Oh, so you're on 10 on ES. Yeah. If you're in 10 ES contracts, then yeah, that shit adds up real quick. It adds up real quick. But hopefully it rolls over. So yeah, we just need a break. We need a break at this 21 right here. We just need a break below. But like I said, honestly, something's telling me to put this at 27. I'm gonna put this at 20. I'm gonna put it at 26, 27. I'm gonna just put that right there. But all right, let me hit into this meeting real quick. All right. Yeah, these bulls ain't letting up, man. They're not. So, okay. All right. Hey. Yeah, spiral. Yeah, yeah. Today was definitely tough being a bear. And just like Super Freak said earlier in the stream, I'm done. My bear days they're over. I don't like it's it is hard. It is hard because like I said, I'm a price action trader. When I see that we're trading into resistance, it's going to be hard to stay long. But these couple of weeks, man, this couple of weeks, these bears are just weak. God damn, they're so weak. They are just weak. They come in at pre-market. It's like these bears is like, well, are the bulls asleep? Shit, we could finally make some money when the bulls are asleep. When the bulls wake up, though, when the bulls wake up. I know I said that a few times, Alfred. I know, but like I said, it's hard. It is hard. It's hard, man. It's hard. It is definitely it's challenging. These bears are just freaking weak, but at the same time, how do I trade? How can I justify trading through resistance with a long? How can I justify that? And when does it work and when does it not work? I mean, that's the real question. The Bears definitely putting out their Kashkari signal, their Crashkari signal. They're definitely putting it out. It's like Crashkari, we need you right now. The Bears, we need you. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, that 300 level might just be too easy. I'm just going to get in that VWAP. But the 50 EMA is, no, I'm getting that VWAP. Because this is where we did break out, but I think they're gonna go for a VWAP. They got this range breakout at 303. I mean, the low of this is 93, which honestly, I got that on my chart. As long as they don't take out this low, I think we good. Mm. So whenever he flips, yeah, I do agree with the break and retest. I do agree. It's just sometimes you don't get that. Damn, don't kill everybody with the suspense, Cash Card. This is kind of like his damn what is it called? Like a WWE entrance. He has everybody waiting. He's like, they're out there waiting for me. They're waiting to see what I'm gonna do. Looks like no way. Where did this window come from? Whatever, dude. Whatever. Where the hell did this window come from? Because I couldn't. Anyway. I do want to see where CL is. What a recovery. What a recovery. I actually might take this short on CL, actually. I may take this short. I may take this short on CL. All right, so let me see what happened. So we got a drop down. They came back, drop, came at support, drop. I'm gonna really look at this real quick because I might take this short. Actually. Oh no, I don't got a CL trade on here. That's crazy. All right, so I'll put like 27 point stop. 900. Do two of these.
Next
Stop.
up, Kathy Nesson.
Our boy Crash Kari. Our boy Crash Kari. Save as
Yes,
template.
next up. Wow, Chris, that was awesome. We knew that was going to be a good story. Thank you very much. Oh, we're fortunate to have you and some industry champions with us. We need stronger voices like this in our industry. I want to take a moment and thank all of our Williston Basin Petroleum Conference sponsors, especially our diamond sponsors. Crowley Fleck, Enerplus, KLJ, Lund Oil, Martin Construction, Neighbors, NDSU Foundation, Nucoda, PetroHunt, PTRC, RDO Equipment, SandPro, Valence, and WBI Energy. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now, our last session this morning is going to be fantastic. We have with us Todd Slauson and Neil Kashkari. We're just getting going here for this morning's session. Next up will be our Petroleum Council, Chairman of the Board, Todd Slauson. He's going to have a discussion with Neil Kashkari, President of the Minneapolis Federal Reserve Bank. Neil is no stranger to this event. I believe it's the third time you've been here, Neil? This is awesome. He has presented several times, and I vividly recall one of those times, Neil, you made the comment that was the technology developed in the Bakken has had a bigger imprint on the world than the iPhone. That's quite a statement, and I think we are living up to it, Bakken. We're going to see what Neil has to say today. Along with Neil, we have Todd Slauson. Now, Neil is the president of the Minneapolis Fed, one of the Federal Reserve's 12 regional banks. The 9th District, which is what we are, is made up of Minnesota, Montana, North and South Dakota, northwestern Wisconsin, and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Neil serves as a member of the Federal Open Market Commission, where he sets the nation's monetary policy. As some of you may know, that a few years ago, I served on Neil's board of directors for the Minneapolis Fed. And I remember when I was asked to do this, I said, I'm a geologist. I am not a banker. What do you need me on this board for? And the answer was, we have an entire bank full of bankers. We need business people. So thank you, Neil. I really appreciate the time I got to serve and help on the board. And I will tell you part of my role was living in Tioga, North Dakota as a geologist in the heart of the Bakken. My job was to attend the board meetings about 8 times a year and bring the story of the Bakken from Watford City and Dickinson, Tioga and Ray and Williston and Minot, and take that story right back to Neil and to the board at the Minneapolis Fed. And from there, Neil took that story directly about our industry to the Federal Open Market Commission. How cool is that? We had a voice directly to Washington, D.C. monetary policy. So thank you, Neil. Neil began his career as an aerospace engineer, developing technology for NASA space missions, a literal rocket scientist. He later held a variety of roles in public service and finance, most notably as the Assistant Secretary of the Treasury during the 2008 financial crisis, where he oversaw the Troubled Asset Relief Program. Many of us remember TARP. Neil lives with his wife, 2 young children, and Newfoundland dog in Orono, Minnesota. Please help me welcome Todd Slauson and Neil Kashkari.
Welcome, Neil. Thank you for coming to Bismarck to present in front of this conference today. We really appreciate it. First of all, did you stay up last night to watch the Denver versus Minnesota game?
I wish I did. I did not. I was tired. I went to sleep. Thank you for having me, though.
Yeah. Are you a Timberwolves fan?
You know, I'm really much more of a football fan than I am a basketball fan. I know my Minnesota friends are going to be outraged at me saying that, but I'm a football guy.
Okay, just in case you don't know, Denver won. Otherwise, I wouldn't have brought it up. So you're an aerospace engineer. Where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
I was born and raised in Akron, Ohio. I studied engineering at the University of Illinois.
Stone
As
Cold
Kathy said,
Cash
worked in
Card.
aerospace for a few years before I went back to get my MBA and went into business and finance.
Okay, good. So you're speaking to a group of engineers, geologists, salesmen. There might be some bankers in here. So I kind of want to set the stage a little bit by talking about why there are 12 branches of the Federal Reserve versus 1. What are your mandates? What's the FOMC, which is the Federal Open Market Committee? Can you kind of set the table a little bit and kind of
Sure.
explain
So
those?
first of all, let me say thank you for inviting me back. It's great to be here. The U.S. Congress created the Federal Reserve, our nation's central bank, in 1913. And our basic job is we do a bunch of different things, but one of our basic jobs is to try to manage the ups and downs of the U.S. economy. If the economy is growing too slowly, we will traditionally cut interest rates to try to give it a boost. If the economy is overheating and inflation is too high, like recent experience, we will raise interest rates to try to tap the brakes on the economy to bring the inflation back down. In 1913, when Congress created the Federal Reserve, they did something unique. And they wanted, just as Kathy said, they wanted all the different regions of our country to have a direct voice in that policymaking process. So they created the Board of Governors in Washington, D.C., and then they created 12 independent Federal Reserve banks. And our jobs at the Minneapolis Fed are to represent all of you. And that's why we have a board of directors made up of business leaders from all across our region. Kathy served for 6 years. We have Brenda Foster. I'm not sure if Brenda is here today, a banker from North Dakota who's on our board right now, and others over time that contribute their wisdom of what's happening in the regional economy, bring it back to Minnesota, and I take it back to Washington, D.C. So our mandates as it relates to the economy are stable prices, what we define as 2% inflation. I don't need to tell you that we've had much higher inflation than that in recent years, and maximum employment, as many Americans gainfully employed and contributing to our economy. Well, typically, if you see that if inflation is too high, we'll raise interest rates to try to bring it down, or if inflation is where we want it to be, but the labor market, there's a lot of unemployment, we will traditionally cut interest rates to try to bring it back into balance. And so that's, walking or traveling around the region is a big part of my job, to get to know what's happening here in the economy in this part of our district. And then ultimately we have to make the best decisions we can for the country as a whole. We can't set a different interest rate for North Dakota and California and New York. We have to try to pick the monetary policy that's right for America as a whole. But my job is to make sure that this region, and my colleagues' jobs are to make sure that this region has a direct voice in that process. And so that's why I'm grateful to be here and hear from you today.
You mentioned one of your mandates is basically a 2% inflation rate that you're trying to get. And obviously the last 4 years, we've been well over that. So what caused this inflation?
It's a confluence of events that surprised us, to be honest with you. Let me just go through them very quickly. First of all, COVID hit, the services economy was shut, and there was a lot of stimulus put from the government to try to support small businesses and families who lost their jobs or whose businesses were shut. So when a lot of money went out into the economy at a time when the services economy was shut, you know what we all did, you and me? We bought a lot of goods. So we said, well, we can't go to restaurants. We're going to buy more goods than we normally would have. At the same time that those supply chains for those same goods were gummed up because of COVID and because of the pandemic. So you saw skyrocketing inflation on the goods side of the economy by more demand for goods than is normal and supply chains for those goods that was gummed up. And those supply chains took a lot longer to get healed than we appreciated, than we thought was likely going to happen. At the same time, and much closer to home in this conference, Putin invaded Ukraine, sending oil markets to the roof, sending commodity markets to the roof. And oil, as you know, is a very important input to the global economy. When oil markets and commodity prices go through the roof, that sends an inflation shock wave all around the world. So that happened at the same time. Obviously, oil prices have stabilized relative to Russia invading Ukraine. Commodity markets have also stabilized. One piece of good news is that when Hamas attacked Israel, we did not see that same price response from the oil market or from other commodity markets. That's good news from the Fed's perspective, that it keeps the inflation, at least another shock from hitting the economy. That didn't happen, I think, in part because of the work that you all do to effectively try to put a cap on some of those high energy prices. So it was a confluence of events. Some of those things have gotten better. The supply chains have mostly gotten better across most sectors of the economy, so that's good news. We haven't seen further increases in commodity prices, as I just said, from the Middle East, but there's still some underlying demand in the economy that we're focused on now to get it. Inflation's come way down from where it was. It went from a peak of around 9% to somewhere in the 3s now. We're still well above where we need to get to, but we've made a lot of progress over the course of the last year.
So you mentioned that basically we're down from where we were to begin with. In the second half of 2023, basically inflation dropped. It was looking good. We're on a good path, and things seemed to kind of rebalance themselves. And basically the last several months, we've seen the indication that inflation's kind of back up again, even though we see a lot of mixed signals. I mean, the April jobs report came out and said, okay, maybe it is cooling a little bit. So what indicators are you really looking at? There seems to be so many tea leaves out there to read. What are you looking at that's important to you as the symbol for what inflation's doing?
Well, as you said, we look at a lot of different data to try to get a read on where the economy is going. And so we pay attention, of course, to oil prices, because as I said, oil feeds into just about everything across our economy or broader energy markets. We're looking at the actual inflation data. A lot of our economic models, we've got very sophisticated models to try to predict how the economy is going to respond. Those models have not done a very good job given those unique dynamics that I just described. So we have to pay more attention to what's happening to actual inflation and to what's happening in the real economy. So that means, our American spending. People have been spending a lot more than I would have guessed, given where interest rates are. So consumption in the economy has been higher than I would have guessed. As much gloom as there appears to be when people are surveyed about how they feel about the economy, most people are spending like they feel pretty good about the economy. If you go on airplanes, they're usually full. If you go to restaurants, they're usually full. If you go to hotels, they're usually busy. So people tend to be spending more money. The savings rate has gone down. It used to be around 7%. Now it's around 4 or 5%. that seems like a small change, but at the scale of the U.S. economy, it's actually a lot more spending than we had before COVID hit. And then I pay a lot of attention to the housing market. Housing is a big driver of inflation, a big driver, a big thing that people spend a lot on. The housing market has been much more resilient, despite the fact that mortgage rates went from 3 to 7.5 for a 30-year mortgage. The housing market has been much more resilient than I would have expected, given those big mortgage increases. We think that's for a lot of different reasons. We think that there's a pent-up demand for housing. There's been a pent-up shortage of housing across our economy for the last decade, and people are still feeling like they just need to go out and buy, or leases are now ticking up again. So housing is probably the area, I mean, we're focused on a lot, but housing is an area that I'm very focused on right now.
Yeah. Talking about housing, it just seems like we're in a weird situation that I haven't ever seen before. Mortgage rates really dropped low, to some percent, and maybe I'll ask you why they dropped so low. People got great mortgage rates, but they seem to be locked into their homes. They will never see those mortgage rates again that low in their lifetime, and they're not selling their homes. So those homes aren't coming back on the market, even though a lot of those people want
definitely
to move.
would not.
Interest rates
Definitely
are so
would not come
high,
back on the market.
interest rates are so high that basically developers can't really go out and start new housing, projects, apartments, and single home, stuff like that. And then basically PE firms are building, buying houses and creating single-family rental homes, which we haven't really seen in the market. So how do you solve that issue with people who are locked into their homes? Is it maybe a good idea that maybe that thing can travel with them a little bit to the next home? I know you can't do that, but how do you solve this housing issue?
Well, this is not unique to this time period. 30-year mortgages have been around in America for a long time. If you look back in the late 70s and early 80s, when the Federal Reserve raised interest rates aggressively to bring inflation down, people also had this lock-in effect, and there was a big spread between current mortgage rates and the average mortgages families are actually paying. So that's not unique to right now. And this notion that people aren't selling, I agree with you, you're right, but those same people also aren't buying. Most people who buy a home are leaving a home. And so it takes supply out of the market, but it also takes demand out of the market. So I think that story gets a little bit over too much attention because it affects both sides of the equation. Long term, we know that monetary policy can bring inflation down. The big question mark in my mind is how restrictive is policy right now? I would have told you, relative to the pre-pandemic, having mortgage rates where they are and having the federal funds rate as high as it is, mid-5s, that would feel like we'd be putting 2 feet on the brakes, slowing down the economy. It seems like there's more resilience in the economy than I had expected. So maybe because of some of these dynamics, these interest rates only really mean we're putting 1 foot on the brake and not 2. And so there's a lot of, the biggest uncertainty in my mind is how much downward pressure is monetary policy putting on the economy. That's an unknown. We don't know for sure. And that tells me we probably need to sit here for a while longer until we figure out where underlying inflation is headed before we jump to any conclusions.
So basically you're seeing the economy is good right now. Basically things have rebalanced themselves and things are kind of ticking along a little bit. And, at the first of the year, they were saying, hey, there's going to be 6 cuts. And then people say, well, maybe there's 2 to 3 and maybe there's 1 to 2 coming up. Maybe there's 1 after the election. And now it's kind of looking like there might not be any cuts. I know you can't project that or say that, but it seems like it's changed. And you've kind of said maybe the monetary policy is not restrictive enough. Maybe it needs to stay here for a while, which is your wait and see approach. Or some people said, well, maybe it needs to come up a little bit more to knock it back down again. And so that's kind of what you've been saying is that path forward. So let's talk about the current situation with banks. Right now, they're in a tough situation as well. People have pulled their deposits out and put them in treasury bills and other institutions where they can get a higher interest rate. They're not getting any loans made because, like I said, the development and it's just rates are too high. They're in a kind of an unprofitable situation. How do you see help for those banks?
Well, I think when I talk to a lot of banks, and I'm going to be seeing some this afternoon, they're a little bit more optimistic than I think you just described. Traditionally, a higher interest rate environment banks or make more money because they can lend money at a relatively higher rate. And while their deposit costs have gone up, consumers tend to be slow to actually move out to money market funds. And so banks generally are quite slow in raising their deposit costs. And so it ends up being a more profitable environment for them. You know, just backstage, this is an anecdote, just backstage, a nice woman was helping us. She said in her day job, she's a mortgage banker. And I said to her,
Yeah, what's
I'm
up,
not going
Gateway?
to out her, I'm not going to say her name. I said, well, how's business? She said, oh, we're so busy right now. I said, how can you be so busy right now? She said, well, we're making a lot of FHA loans and VA loans. And I said, what are the interest rates that people are paying on those FHA and VA loans? She said 6.5, 6.75. So less than the 7.5 in a traditional conventional 30-year mortgage. But I'm surprised that they're so busy, even with their customers paying 6.5 and 6.75. That also tells me there's a lot of pent-up demand for housing. And so I actually, the banks that I talk to feel like, yeah, they don't like that their deposit costs are going up, but they don't seem like they're that short of activity, projects to lend to, whether it may not be offices for commercial real estate, but there are a lot of other segments in commercial real estate where people seem to be turning to banks and there's still economic activity.
No, that's interesting. During my lifetime, a 5 to 6% interest rate or mortgage rate has been pretty normal. I mean, when I got my first home, it was like 11 and 12%, and so which was terrible. But 2 to 3 was really pretty crazy. How did it get that low? What made it that low?
Well, I think it was a combination of factors. Remember when COVID hit, tremendous uncertainty about what the economic future held. I mean, in the moments, go back in time, some unique things happened when the pandemic hit. Back in 2008, when we had the financial crisis, investors fled. They wanted to get out of the mortgage market. They wanted to get out of stocks in many cases, and they ran to U.S. Treasury bonds as a source of safety. So there was a global demand for U.S. Treasury bonds because people said, we're going to be safe in treasuries. The darndest thing happened that we've never seen before. In March of 2020, there was so much fear in the world about this pandemic that no one knew how contagious it was. No one knew how deadly it was, what was going to happen. Were you able to go to grocery stores and get food? People just wanted cash.
Connection lost.
They didn't even want treasury bonds. They just wanted cold, hard cash. So there was huge demand across the banks and across the Federal Reserve to flood the economy with cash, to meet those needs for cash. And so treasury markets ended up freezing up, and the Federal Reserve had to step in to try to provide liquidity to calm things down. So we had a lot of different emergency interventions to try to stabilize financial markets at that time. And there was a lot of stimulus coming from the government. Those combined actions helped to drive interest rates across these securities down, including mortgage rates, which ended up then translating into a very attractive mortgage rate for families who wanted to go out and either refinance or get a new loan to buy a home.
Gateway, those are
investment decisions are made upon the 10-year
sell limits and a buy limit.
I've heard you say.
If
And
price
right
gets
now,
to
we're
298,
kind of in an
I'm gonna
inverse
limit in
situation.
for a
The
buy
1
order.
year, 6 month, 1 year
And the
deals
price
is well
goes to
higher than the 10-year
326,
deal.
I'll be limiting
People have
in for a
suggested
short
that
order.
basically that's maybe because the Fed is holding too many securities, treasury bills, and needs to unwind some of those. Can you kind of explain what I'm hearing some people say about that?
So this is a complicated topic, so just bear with me for a moment. Yeah, you're talking about the yield curve, which is when the U.S. Treasury Department raises money to fund the government. So they can raise money from taxes and they can raise money by issuing debt. They issue debt of different maturities. Some of it's 1 month debt, some of it's 1 year debt, all the way out to 30-year debt. And if you put those interest rates that the government pays on a piece of paper, you can have a chart, and that chart is called the yield curve. And in normal economic environments, when the government borrows for 5 years, the 5-year interest rate will be higher than the 1 year interest rate because they're locking up your money for 5 years instead of 1 year. Or 10 years will be higher than 5 years, or 30 years will be higher yet. So it's an upward sloping curve. Well, when central banks raise interest rates aggressively to try to tap the brakes on the economy, a curious thing happens that overnight interest rates can be higher than long-term interest rates. So we say the yield curve is inverted, and it's currently inverted, and it's been inverted for the past couple of years as we've been on this interest rate tightening cycle. Now, this gets a lot of attention because in the last 30 or 40 years, traditionally when the yield curve is inverted, a recession has soon followed. That is, knock on wood, not yet happened this time. The economy's been remarkably resilient. That's been good news. But it leads me to wonder, again, back to what I said about 10 minutes ago, how much downward pressure is monetary policy really putting on the economy right now? Maybe the economy just has a lot more resilience in there. And then it gets more complicated when you think about the Federal Reserve's balance sheet. During the pandemic, we bought long-term bonds to try to stabilize the Treasury market and to drive down long-term interest rates to provide more stimulus. We've been unwinding that process for the past year, and that unwinding process is going well. So there's a lot going on into what ends up showing up as long-term interest rates, but I think the process is continuing and will continue for the foreseeable future.
The Fed's control of monetary policy and the legislation's in control of fiscal policy, which is basically government spending and taxation. Can you get to your 2% inflation mandate without help from the other side, the fiscal side?
We definitely can. If just generically, if a government spends a lot of money, issues a lot of debt, then you're going to see a more robust economy. And the independent central bank, if they have an independent central bank the way we do, the independent central bank, all else being equal, will have to have higher interest rates to achieve their inflation goal. So yes, we can achieve our 2% inflation goal, and we're committed to doing so. If the federal government had a different fiscal path, then maybe we would need lower interest rates in order to achieve it. But we can definitely achieve our 2% inflation goal. It might just take a higher rate environment, at least for the near term, to achieve it.
Well, we're at an oil and gas conference, so we'll get into the oil side of this. The early story that I'd heard is that basically royalty owners and people were going into the banks and sending so much money.
So I'm down today,
and no one was getting loans because everybody had cash and buying new tractors. That basically that money was going up to the feds. And then it's like,
yeah, I'm right
where's
today.
all this money coming from? What's going on over in
I
North
fought
Dakota?
this trend.
And that was maybe affecting the M1.
I fought it.
In general, how does the Bakken and the oil production
What's crazy
here
is
come
that
into
I'm looking at
play
this higher
for
time
your
frame
policy,
chart, and honestly, I
your
shouldn't have
branch
fought it like
bank?
that.
How are we affecting you, and how are you affecting us?
A
Obviously, in
lot of
hindsight,
different
though.
ways. I mean, first of all, go back. I've been in my job now this is my 9th year. So there've been, in even the 9 years of the Bakken, there have been ups and downs in that 9-year period. Look at the labor market here. I think the labor market here, there have been times when the labor market here is incredibly tight, and it's not been so tight around the U.S. economy, and you're drawing in workers from all over America to come here, creating opportunity.
Looks like we're going to probably hit that
high wages,
620
and
level
also
on
challenges
NQ.
here in the local economy that I met with lots of local leaders that talked about those.
Hey.
And then when the oil market goes down, you've got the reverse
Honestly,
happening. So
gain weight,
our
I don't
region
know.
overall benefits that
Sometimes
we have a
I
very
just
diverse
fight it.
economy. If there's a sector of our economy that's down,
But
there are probably other sectors
I
that
tried
are doing
going
well.
short at a
One of the
previous
challenges more
supply high.
recently is the whole
It just
U.S.
didn't work
economy,
out.
the whole labor market has been tight. So
It didn't
if
work
you have
out.
a particularly hot sector, you can't simply draw workers from the rest of the country because everyone around the rest of the country also has tight labor markets. And so the dynamic and understanding the labor market, the Bakken is actually in North Dakota, is very interesting in giving me insight into what's happening here and what it means for the broader economy. And then, of course, the oil market broadly, as I've said,
There
is
may be
such an
some truth in
important
that,
input
Alfred.
into the U.S. economy.
There may be some
And
truth
the
in
fact,
that.
Kathy talked about the innovation that I've seen that you all have been leading that's taken place here, in many ways has helped to cap some of the
I like catching
price
tops and
swings
bottoms,
of the
man.
price of oil. And that's
What
what
I
I
do.
say, that's profoundly beneficial to the global
It
economy.
just didn't work out
to
this
help
time.
help cut off some of these massive upward price swings that we would otherwise see. And that has led to profound benefits for the U.S. economy and for the world economy.
We'd be happy to give up the upper ones if we could just get rid of the lower ones.
Yeah, I understand. I get it. It's trust me, Kathy was on my board when we saw some of the shockingly low oil prices when the pandemic hit. So I get it.
Well, we didn't think it could go negative until that morning, and it's like, oh my gosh, negative 37. So it was not
Hard to get your head around that.
Yeah. But this crowd has been very innovative. I mean, when things get low prices, we figure out how to drill 3-mile laterals and do different fracking. It's amazing what we've been able to do here over the last 12 years, especially 14 years, especially. So keep the production up. So
That I want to be first
okay,
team.
so moving on to some
trader.
of the other things that you do.
Nah,
You started
gain weight. You ain't figured
Opportunity
me
and
out yet.
Inclusion Growth Institute. Can
You
you
ain't figured this out yet.
you talk about that a little bit?
You
Sure.
see what
One
I
of,
show.
our job at the Minneapolis Fed is to represent everybody in this region.
Nah, I'm playing.
And
But
we have
yeah.
a research center
Yeah,
at
I like
the
to
Minneapolis
pick
Fed
the tops,
focusing
and I
on
like to pick
tribal
the bottoms.
economies.
This is what I
Tribal
do.
economies have a unique set of
I
challenges
gotta
that are
try to
very
make this
different
fun
than
for
many
me
of the
somehow.
challenges we've been talking about. So we have researchers focusing on that and working with tribes to understand that. And then we have lots of pockets of, while different sectors of the economy may do well, different workers and businesses may do well, we still have people who
Hey,
are not fully
Alfred,
participating
you see how
in
that
our
shit tapped
economy.
that 17
And what are
level
the barriers to
perfectly?
them fully participating? What are the barriers to
Isn't
them
that crazy?
getting
Like,
jobs and
these levels are the
contributing to our
truth. I mean, I'm pretty
economy
sure it's
and
gonna
being able
probably
to
trade up
provide
higher,
for
but
themselves and their family?
it hit that
So we have a
17 level
research center that we set up
perfectly
6 or 7
and
years ago,
rejected.
focused on trying to understand this. In many cases, it goes back to education barriers. You know, if you don't get access when you're a kid to a high quality education, then that sets you back on what kind of jobs that you can get as a young adult and as an adult. And these things tend to perpetuate generation to generation. So we have a very active research focus to try to understand what some of these barriers are, to then hopefully equip local,
Oh, there you
state,
go.
federal
Oh,
government
did it
leaders
touch it?
with
You
the
get it?
information they need.
Yeah,
to
you should
make
have
the
got it,
best
man.
policy
Hey, yo,
choices they can.
congratulations, Alfred, on
Sounds
that
like a wonderful
620
institute.
TP,
Thanks for
baby.
starting that. You've
Congratulations,
been
man.
outspoken against cryptocurrencies. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, you know, it's
Oh, no,
been
it
like,
hit 620. You,
Bitcoin's
you
been
didn't
around
take
now for
that?
12, 13, 14 years. And I always ask people, I'll ask you.
Congratulations
okay,
on
let's
that.
make this interactive. Has anybody in this audience ever bought something with Bitcoin? And I don't mean you bought Bitcoin. I mean you bought something using Bitcoin. A sandwich, a book, anything. What?
Yeah, congratulations. Our boy Alfred said he got out at
Beer. You bought beer using Bitcoin. Tell
617
me,
at
I
a
wish I could get you a
555
microphone.
entry.
Because
Let's
I
do the
always
math
ask
on
this
that.
question and everyone's like crickets.
Our boy got
And
62
people
points.
online right now,
Congratulations on
there's
that.
some Bitcoin bros online who are just outraged by me asking this question because they say, I bought a beer yesterday. I'm not questioning whether or not some Bitcoin evangelist can do backflips to find some use for this. I'm questioning whether regular people in their ordinary life, after 12 years of this being in existence, have any usefulness of it.
Nah, he's just saying that shit because they can't print
As
they
opposed to,
can't
let's
print
just do a
Bitcoin the same
contrast.
way they can
AI
print the
has
American
tons of
dollar.
hype.
They have no
Tons of
control
hype.
over it,
Well,
over the
I just
supply of
learned
it.
the anecdote.
So that's why he's up
that
there talking
somebody's
that shit.
veterinarian, they took their dog into the
Now,
vet to get a checkup. That apparently
let them
the
have access to
veterinarian
print
has
as much
AI
Bitcoin as
listen
they
to the
want.
vet-
They'd be
to
like,
the
oh
vet
yeah,
session,
Bitcoin, we love it.
and then create a summary of the session and email it to both the patient and the veterinarian, and it goes in the file. All right? That's
Yeah.
actually useful. Wow. So 12 years in or 13 years in Bitcoin, it basically has shown no actual usefulness in
All
the
right, so
real
let's look at the
world,
next level for
other than as
NQ.
a
So
tool
the
of
next level that she
speculation.
can
And so
touch
look,
is
I
40.
compare it to Beanie
So,
Babies.
I mean, this is
If
why I
you
kind of
want to collect
mistreated
Beanie
NQ.
Babies,
She took
God
out that
bless
high.
you. Collect Beanie
She took it
Babies.
out.
But I'm just cautioning people who
She can
think
do
this
it.
is an actual
Now she's
investment
literally
vehicle
80 points
of
away from her
usefulness. We
all-time
learned, by the
highs.
way, it was supposed to be an
80,
inflation hedge.
89, I believe,
And then when inflation took off and the Federal Reserve raised interest
from her
rates,
all-time
Bitcoin
highs.
got crushed. And so Bitcoin is
Next
not
level
an
is 40.
inflation hedge. It is just another speculative asset, like a meme stock. I'm not opposed to meme stocks. If you want to trade meme stocks, God bless you. Trade meme stocks, buy Beanie Babies, buy Bitcoin. That's up to you. I'm just cautioning you about thinking it's an actual investment vehicle or an actual currency.
I'm a little worried about a currency that it's advertising on television, which seem to be doing. They're talking about, you know, the fees are cheaper and everything else, and the international fees, but they're advertising a currency on television, which is that's weird.
Don't they advertise a dollar on television?
Well, another
Like, come on, dude,
parallel
don't do
discussion
that.
is the
You
idea
just
of a
be
central
foolish
bank
saying that
digital
stupid
currency.
shit.
So forget Bitcoin. Imagine the central bank of the United States issued a central bank digital currency. First thing I would say to you is digital currencies already exist today. I can send you, you could send me $5 today with Venmo or PayPal or Zelle. Those are digital currencies. So what is it that a central bank digital currency could do that Venmo or PayPal or Zelle can't do? I've been asking this question now for 5 or 6 years, and all I get is a bunch of word salad answers. So far, just like Bitcoin, nobody can explain to me what problem this is actually solving. And so
no, it solves the Fed problem. That's the problem it solves. That's why you don't want to hear that shit. It solves the Fed problem. You're printing problem
and I'm
that
not,
your
nobody at the
guys
Fed
seem to
wants to do
have.
this, other than putting the government in a position to monitor your transactions or things like that, which nobody at the Fed wants to do. So, you know, it's fine to study it, but so far I remain deeply skeptical that there's any value proposition to the American people for a digital currency, just like there so far hasn't been for Bitcoin.
We've got a couple minutes left. You've gone through my 15 questions, so basically I can talk about the Denver Nuggets for a couple minutes, or I can ask you who your favorite president was, and be careful because Teddy Roosevelt was just here.
He was just here? So I think I have a Teddy Roosevelt story. I'm a history junkie, American history junkie. If you make me pick a president, I'm going to pick Lincoln for all the obvious reasons, but it's more than just a cliche. The more I've studied history, the more stunning
You know,
Lincoln
a lot of
is
people
in
say
the annals
that
of history.
Abraham Lincoln
But
was
I'll tell
not
you,
racist.
I think a Teddy
And
Roosevelt story,
from
which is I
what
like
I've
steak. Okay, so I'm
starting
always
to come
looking for
across
how do I get a better sear on
is
my
that
steak.
I,
And
I
then
don't
somebody
think he
sent me an
didn't
article
free
that
the slaves
allegedly Teddy
because,
Roosevelt would grill his steaks
well, actually, no, I'm not going
directly
to
on
talk about that.
charcoal.
I'm not
He had a
talking
big
about that.
charcoal pit. It'd get hot. He'd
But what I
flame
will
the
say is
steaks
that,
on the charcoal. So I tried it.
no,
It's
I'm not going
amazing.
to talk about that.
And you can't do it with lump charcoal. You have to use it. You can't do it with briquettes. You have to do it with lump charcoal. And basically, you have to be very careful that you don't overcook it. But you get a heck of a sear. The charcoal burns off, and you get a great flavor. So it takes some experimentation. But allegedly, that came from Teddy Roosevelt. So he's my inspiration for how I cook steaks.
Awesome, very good. So thank you very much for being here. We really appreciate the conversation and discussion. It's been educational.
I always enjoy coming out here. I always learn a lot. I got meetings the rest of the day. This is an important part of our district, important part of the economy. I'm grateful for what you all do, and I'm grateful for the insights you share with me. So thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Crash Car, you failed us. You failed us. You failed us, Crash Car. You failed us. We're going to have to take his signal down. We're going to have to take it down. He's not showing up for the Bears anymore. He's not showing up anymore. But yeah, I know I said, like, man, it's I'm gonna have to hang up my bear cape again for a while, man, because it's getting ridiculous. It's kind of getting ridiculous. They're not even shorting. They're not even defending old highs. They're not even getting a pullback at old highs. The Bears are just trading right through it like it's nothing. Or the Bulls, like, God damn. Like I said, man, it's gonna be hard. But yeah, it's safer being a bull, obviously. I'm definitely going to actually let me put that in my journal real quick. Let me refresh that because I was writing all this stuff on the other page. Okay, so things to reinforce myself. I mean, I know I say this a lot, but this is why I stay bullish, even in bearish situations. I kind of hate the fact that, how do I want to say this? So I don't, it's still a mystery to me why I turned bearish. I understand why I'm bearish. But what I'm still trying to discover within myself is, why am I not going back bullish? Like, why is it so hard to not go back on the bull side? Like, there is something internally in me right now that doesn't want to be on the bull side. I don't want to be bullish. And I guess this is probably me just wanting to be right. Because the logic is there. We are in heavy supply. And for some reason, the market is not dumping, it's trading right through it. So I guess this is a cognitive dissonance for me. The price action is not doing what I expect it to do. And my concern is if I were to switch up, I might get caught on the wrong side. But my concern is actually becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy by me actually trying to fade these bulls. So this is definitely challenging. Definitely challenging, but yeah, I might just only wait for bullish opportunities now because yeah, the Bears are just super fucking weak, man. They're weak. We got SPY trading all-time highs. I mean, we're 2 or 3 points above all-time highs. bears are basically dead. They didn't even get a pullback, which is like the craziest thing to say. And as a price action trader, this is absolute craziness. Where is the pullback? Where is the pullback? That's the cognitive dissonance. Where is the pullback? Where's it at? We need that pullback, but we ain't get it. We did not get it. And it's like, so where does this go? Like, where does this market go from here? Does it continue to go up? Like, where does it go? What would it take for the market to pull back? It's too high to buy, but right now, if you are buying, I mean, you're winning, but obviously that's not going to be something that's going to be consistent. But right now, if you're buying, you're winning. So, I mean, that is a reality. He said that pullback was at the dip. Yeah, I kind of felt like when they bought this back up, when they bought it back up here, I was like, you know what? That could be the dip. But I didn't know they was going to come back in like this. So my plan with SPY, I thought that they was going to keep the all-time highs intact. Because like I said before, this is a long-term game unless market investors or the institutions are now degenerate gamblers, just like on WorldStar bets. But for the most part, when you're managing a lot of money, a lot of other people's money, like a college fund, fighters fund, whatever these funds that these guys are using to trade these markets, is usually long term. So certain highs will be protected. But it just seems like now it's like, yeah, fuck it. Fuck that high, fuck that one, fuck that one, fuck that one. And you can see that, I mean, out of all these highs that got taken out, we just got this little bit of consolidation. We got the PPI dip back into support. And then the bulls just said, yeah, let's go back and just take these highs out. We broke all-time highs on SPY, and price is still soaring. We might get to 30 because we have so much positive gamma at this level. We have a lot of positive gamma here at this 530 level. We have nothing else that will drop this market. The next big event is NVIDIA earnings. That's the next catalyst, which is weird to say, is that we have to wait. If you're a bear and you want to short this move, you would have to hope that NVIDIA has bad earnings or the market reacts negatively to their earnings if you're a bear. But I was wrong. Price showed me. All these highs are taken out. So now it's like, well, my next concern is, well, since I fought this all the way going up, is there going to be a rug pull somewhere? That's my next big thing. And you can see that are these guys really buying at 523? I mean, well, I guess, if they bought at 523, price is up $5. So they're positive on this play. But man, that is crazy. That's crazy. He says, I just left the position alone. I moved my stop once the account turned green. Yeah, that's like in situations like this. Yeah, that's the best option. This market is still pumping up. Yeah, gain weight. Hold on. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Was I praising the bears? Because I just recently turned bearish. I think I turned bearish 2 weeks ago. Even though they was failing me. I didn't want to get caught in that rug pull. But the bulls are definitely showing that, yeah, they out here. And they mean that shit. But for the most part, I've been bullish all this year up until like 2 weeks ago. When we he says that, yeah, that's something that, I have to work on. That's something that I have to work on. FOMO. FOMO is a big one. And stop being stubborn. Well, let me rephrase that, because my stubbornness, I mean, that's what propels me forward. Not necessarily being stubborn, but kind of like when I was telling Smith earlier in the stream, like, hey, price is trending up. Just be mindful with your position. Just being able to say that to myself, even though I'm on the wrong side, and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm not right here. Price is obviously trending up. You might want to reduce some of your risk or completely get out of the position altogether. And that's something else I'm working on as well. But like I said, I don't plan on changing how I trade because, like I said, sometimes stuff don't work, but majority of the time it does. So I'm not going to change. I'll just kind of adapt. Adapt to, I mean, and at the same time, kind of in hindsight, I mean, we had a quote unquote good CPI, I guess. So I guess that does give the bulls a reason to be bullish, I guess. But where does price go from here? But yeah, I think I've had that talk with myself. So reinforcements to myself. Just keep journaling is obviously going to be one. Keep journaling. Don't let this change how you trade. So my strategy works. Says don't let this. Well, I don't want to say that because this is a news pump. I guess the best thing I can do in a situation like this is just understand that every trade is 50-50 really. Because there's days where the market will, on news days, we'll get a pump, and then the market will completely give back that pump. And then there's days where, just like today, where the market just keeps on going. So it's just being better at identifying that. Also, Matt Moxie did bring up a good point. That break and retest requires a lot of patience, though. Break and retest requires a lot of patience, and FOMO and no FOMO, because you got to be real. It's highly likely that if we get a breakout, obviously we're going to get a retest. I mean, we can back test that and see that it happens all the time. However, we don't know if we're going to get that breakout in the same hour, because for some reason the market has just been grinding up later in the day versus during the time when you trade. So we might get that pullback, but it's not always guaranteed, especially if the market is hella bullish or hella bearish or whatever market or whatever the momentum of the market is. And so in order for that, just to sit and wait for that break and retest, that requires patience and no FOMO. I mean, we all know that I don't really got too much of that. I'll be patient in a trade. I don't want to be patiently waiting for a trade that may not come. But waiting for that pullback is definitely a higher probable trade. So I will give it that break and retest. Is a high probable trade. Hmm. And then one thing that I kind of, one more thing. This one is hard. I'm not gonna lie. This one's hard. It's easy in hindsight, but in the moment, I mean, the market is pumping up without no pullback. I mean, it's trending higher. It is riding the 21 EMA up, but man, that is wow. No pullback. I mean, mind you, it has no pullback, and that's that logical reason. That's what makes this challenging, at least for me. The abnormal pullback or the abnormal price action makes trusting the charts hard at times. It makes it hard to trust it because I'm expecting certain movements, and when I don't get that, that's a cognitive dissonance for me. And it's hard to trust that. It's hard to trust it. Well, man, Moxie, how do we know? I mean, in hindsight, yeah. I mean, shit, this is strong, man. But in the moment, how would you know? How would we know? I guess because I think last week was a great example of that. Or it was either this week or last week was a great example of what I'm talking about. We had a low volume, weak trend up. It was definitely a low volume. The trend was weak, and it seemed like the bulls was not going to make it. But if I'm not mistaken, you see how even though this trend was weak, you see how it was chopping its way up. It still made its way up even though it was weak. This is a strong trend. You see how it separates off the 21 and it bounces and separates and bounce and bounce. So that's what I'm saying. And here's another example. Even though it was trending up higher on the 21, it was still a choppy low volume move up. So it's how do you know which one to trust and how would you know? This is a strong trend up, but this is an example of this was strong. We got that separation. And then once we got to supply, we got that move down, even though this would be considered a strong trend. So it's, how would you know? How would you know? So that's why I try not to get caught up in the little things. I'm going to trade the structure. I'm going to trade the structure. And this is another good example of a weak trend right here. You see how it's hugging up on the EMAs. It's just hugging up on it. But you couldn't short this shit. There was no pullback, even though this shit was weak. Another example, they hugging up on the 21 on all the EMAs. There was no pullback. Couldn't short it. A low volume trend move up. This is a strong trend right here. Separation off the EMAs. Separation off the EMAs right here. Separation. So it's like, well, how do you explain how do you see a trend, Matt Monty? I would like to know. I would like to see it from your perspective. It says, so are you trying to catch the shorter leg trend, the shorter leg of the trend? Well, it's not, I'm not, so I don't really focus on the trend. Like I said, I focus more on structure. I mean, right now the structure is not working. I mean, I'm not going to change that. It's not working. You can usually see that even though price trends up, once it gets into prior areas of structure, I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. Even though price trended up higher, it got to high time frame supply, and it dumped. So I don't necessarily look for trends. That's why if y'all see me fight the trend, I'll acknowledge that there is a trend, but how I see it is that price is trying to get to an area of supply or demand, and that's how I see trading. I try not to get caught up in the small stuff because you'll just be there looking at it all. Or for me, I feel that I'll just be trying to decipher, when does this work? When does that work? Which works more often is when price trades up into an area, it trades into a higher time frame supply area or demand. It usually works out. And that's usually how I trade. You get a break of structure, we get a retest of that structure, we get a dump. You can see it trades back into this area. Initially, we get resistance here. But obviously, everybody can see that this is a stop run higher. Because right where everybody was trying to short this thing, they got stopped out. So, yeah, like I said, man, I'm not going to change how I trade. It's just, I just have to kind of adapt a little bit to this new. I just have to adapt a little bit. Just recognize that the bulls are in control. And that we're just not going to get a pullback. So then, why are you trying to? All right, right there. So I guess let's see. Yeah. But then at the same time, just to reinforce what I said, how would you know? I mean, we don't know it's in trend until it's done. We don't, I mean, obviously when the candles are painted on the screen, it's like, oh yeah, it's obvious, it's a trend. But when you see price push off like that, are you seriously saying that if price retests this 21 EMA, that you're confidently getting into this? But like I said, I'm learning. It's a learning experience. I learned not to be a weak ass bear no more. You can see that. I mean, this is obviously a stop run. This is obviously a stop run higher. And you can tell that this is a stop run higher because you can see that as price went up higher, they tried shorting this shit all the way up. That's why price is hugging up on these EMAs, because the bears tried shorting it, and their stops got used as fuel to push price higher. But like I said, I'll adapt. I'll adapt. This is definitely a learning experience for me. Just pay more attention. Pay more attention to the EMAs and pay more attention to pullbacks. And I think that's honestly something that I'm starting to see a lot of, is that these pullbacks are definitely showing themselves in the market a lot. Like this pullback right here into a supply area or to support. I normally don't trade this. I normally don't. But now I'm going to start looking for these pullbacks. I'm going to start looking for them. And you can see another instance where they pull back into this area and we got to move up. Yeah, I'm going to start looking for these pullbacks. And this right here, this is a it's a two-legged pullback into the support area. Yeah, so I'm gonna start looking for these now. I'm gonna add this to my trading. I'm gonna add this. I'm start looking for this. Start looking for that. I know I did not put that right here. 2350. Honestly, I really wouldn't even be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised about this. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised. $24. So yeah, this is gonna be my last hoorah. This is gonna be my last trade. This is gonna be my last trade right here. If I get into this, I'm saying why short. We'll see. We will see. But I'll stay on. Let's see if I get tapped into this. Let's see. Let's see if we get tapped into this. And you asked why I went short, gain weight, because shoot, like I said, I'm trading the structure. That's all I have been doing. And I will continue to do that. Dude, what the hell? Hold on, what? Really? So I'm guessing Top Step X doesn't have data going back that far. All right, so let's look at this. So yes. This right, so that level that I'm going short at, obviously that's the last level of the sand. Right here at that, if this is going to be the left shoulder and this is going to be the head, I mean, this is it. This is the last line of defense for the Bears. We got all-time highs at 33. I'm not surprised by that. 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 I am not surprised by that. I'm not surprised by that. This is, yeah, I just see. Yeah, I mean, shit, game. That's all we can do, man. That's all we can do is see what happens. That's all we can do. If I take my trade at a structure high or low, that means I can keep my risk small if I'm wrong. That's all we can do. But boy, would that suck if I don't get if I missed it. But we'll see. But yeah, it is 12 o'clock. I do have to get back to work, or I have to start work early. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, if I do get tapped into this, I'm looking for the bears to defend this level. That's what I'm looking for. If the bears do not protect this level, we're tapping all-time highs. We're tapping it. And we'll definitely trade above it. So, and at that point, yeah, I will never trust. Yeah, I will not trust. I will not trust it again. Bears are like super weak. And then even if the bears do come in, I highly doubt it that they get it past this level. Honestly, they might front run it. Yeah, they probably might front run it. But all right, guys, that's it for me. Yeah, we'll just come back in here stronger, man, next week or tomorrow. I tried. I tried. I'm not gonna move I'm not gonna move anything. I will be in this trade if I get tapped into it. It would just absolutely suck if it taps it and it runs lower. That would suck. Because I was literally off by a tick. So that would just suck. But all right, guys, we'll come back tomorrow. Day so far is going to be a red day. But we'll make that money back. We'll make it back. We always do. So peace out.